And today we're going to focus on group insurance.
Yes.
So what does this mean for people at home?
Well, group insurance often gives people a false sense of security. And it's very common. People have insurance through their work and they think that that's all that they need. But a lot of them don't dig deep and really understand how their benefits work. So I've created a talk today to bring to light the different features and limitations of group insurance.
Okay, and you always map this out so well for people, and you make it make sense. I get a lot of feedback about that.
That's
people
good.
See you, they're like, he makes it make sense. I love it. So take me through what group life insurance means, and then sort of
yeah, we're going to cover two areas of group benefits. We're going to cover group life insurance and group disability, or also known as long-term disability.
Right.
So on the group side, first of all, when people, you will often say that they have a 1 year salary of insurance coverage. So whatever money they make a year, they automatically assume that that's how much insurance coverage they have if something were to happen to them. But you have to know what your group plan's non-evidence maximum is. And
what does that mean?
Yeah, when employers buy a group plan for their staff, there's a certain amount of coverage that everybody gets regardless of their health. So there's no medical that you have to pass. You're automatically guaranteed a certain benchmark.
Yes.
And the higher the benchmark, the more money the employer has to pay. So often these non-evidence maximums are set at certain, depending on the company you work for. Well, if it's a smaller company, typically those non-evidence max are a lot lower than you think. So I give an example here. This is a hypothetical scenario, but an employee making $70,000 a year who thinks that they have a 1 year salary as insurance, if their non-evidence max is $50,000, that's all that they're going to be paid out, no matter how much money they make.
Right.
It's their non-evidence max.
It's whatever this number is, right?
That's
that
right.
Non-evidence max.
Now, group plans also offer the employees themselves to purchase top-up insurance. And that's one thing that I call a top-up time bomb. And the reason why is that this is basically extra coverage that you can add to your work plan. It's subject to a medical approval, but you pay for the cost. And people will think, I can get coverage cheaper through my work plan than buying it personally outside of work.
And you're going to say, no, you don't.
No, you don't, because the trap of the, why I call it a time bomb is that when you buy the work plan, those rates are not guaranteed for your whole working career. They're usually
changes at the ages.
They're in 5-year age band. So as you get older, a person could buy the plan and 20 years later could have seen 4 times increase. So the plan that you're paying for starts off cheap, but by the time that you find out that it's so expensive that you're canceling it, there's nothing else you can switch to because you're that many years older.
Wow,
so that's where it can kind of trick you into buying it, and then you lose your young age.
And then so we get time to talk about the group disability.
Yeah.
Another good tip here too is that group benefits
are attached to your job. So if you retire or you leave the company for whatever reason, you
all
move
that money you spent.
Well, the coverage is attached to your company. So if you leave the plan and that was all that you were counting on, and now all of a sudden life's changed and you're making a decision to change jobs, maybe go independent, who knows what you're going to be doing. But as soon as you leave that group plan, you lose those benefits.
So having your own independent insurance plan is a good idea.
That's exactly what I provide. I give it a cheaper price.
Before.
It's attached to you, not your company. So it's good to kind of complement two together.
Yeah, and understand, right? This is the other thing too. Understand what you're covered for
so
through
that you
your
can
work.
see if there's a shortfall. Most of the time, group insurance creates a big shortfall that people aren't aware of.
Okay, and let's just go over quickly the group disability.
On the disability side, there's the non-evidence max, again, that comes into play. Most people, the rule of thumb with their long-term disability is that if they do go on claim, they will be receiving 66.67% of their income. That's kind of the rule of thumb in the disability industry. And I did an example here. A person who's making $6,000 gross a month, that 67% would give them $4,000 of coverage if they were to go on a disability claim.
Yeah, and that's a big difference, right? You're $2,000.
Yeah, it's already a reduced income already. But now factor this in: if you think that that's how much you have, but then your non-evidence maximum is even lower than that, and this really comes into play with people who are higher income earners. If you have executives, lawyers, accountants, engineers, these are people that could easily be making over 6-figure incomes a year. and their lifestyle is built around that kind of income. And all of a sudden they go on a disability claim thinking their work plan is going to cover them, and their non-evidence max might be only capped at $3,000 a month, and they're used to making much higher. So that's going to create a big problem. And it's the accumulated value. When you're buying disability insurance or you have coverage, it's the lifetime accumulated value that you're protecting. So in this example here, where this person who makes $6,000 a month with a $3,000 cap, that's $1,000 a month shortfall that they could buy and protect themselves.
Yeah, and that sure adds up, as we can see here.
It does add up over time.
So just a quick question, because we do have to wrap.
Sure.
It's fine that you got coverage at work, but maybe look, if you're going to increase it, do something on your own.
You're right.
Is that a good way to sum it up?
Complement it with, use it as a bonus, but don't solely rely on it.
Love it. Good point, because you don't think of that. It's just this easy, right? Because it's through work, it's easy. I'm just going to do it, but take a look and see where you can max your dollars, which is what you always tell us,
You got
Anthony.
it, Linda.
All right, you can go to Anthony's website, Cap Financial, at capfinancial.ca. You can also give him a call at 905-297-1179.